Welcome back, everybody. It's been a little while, but we are back. This is Cockriser, the show. I'm Jamie Jones.
I am Monique Jones, and so happy to be back.
That is good. That is good. I have to adjust some things here. Excuse me. Hearing the echo. I think we're good now. All right. So it's been a while. A lot of things have happened, but it stays the same. What's on your mind?
I think the first thing that I would like to talk about that I know that we haven't had a chance to talk about because we haven't been on here, but I went to my grandson's birthday and surprised him dressed up as the Thing. My daughter tells me that Sebastian is having a superhero theme party, and I was like, I had just been back and forth for a funeral and stuff. I didn't want to go again. But so I told her I wasn't coming, and I'm like, okay, how does a grandmother miss her grandson's birthday party? So I said to Jamie, I said I want to surprise them. So it was like I'm gonna get dressed up as Spider-Man. So then when I speak to Shatea, she says, "Oh, I said, you know what? Well, who's all coming?" And she tells me all the characters that are coming, and I'm like, oh my god, I need something that's gonna cover my face. So me and Jamie are looking, and I wound up going in as the Thing from the Fantastic Four, and it was, I would say it was a big hit. I feel like Grandmom of the Year when I did it. I literally walked in and everybody's looking at me, and again, I can tell who everybody is, but they can't tell who I am. And I'm going around and I'm touching them, and they're like, "Yeah, this person is very touchy." And then it got to the point where I decided to smack my daughter's butt, and she literally had the look of death on her face, like she wanted to kill me. So I had to, at that point, reveal who I was because she was like, felt like she was sexually assaulted. So I had to reveal that it was Grandmom at the party. But needless to say, I think that it turned out really amazing, and I was so happy that I was able to attend and bring that excitement to the birthday party. So that's what I wanted to share. Grandmom of the Year.
Happy for you, although a bit disappointed
Why? Oh,
that
why?
my efforts weren't mentioned in the whole costume.
Oh, okay. Well,
If it
you're
wasn't for
only.
me, you wouldn't even went as the Thing.
Oh, why? Because you purchased it for me? Because you didn't pick
No,
it for me.
what are you talking about?
You did,
You didn't even know what the
Jamie.
Thing was. I picked the
I s-
costume.
It's always like this, everybody. He always needs.
I picked the
Yo,
costume.
you are
Did I
crazy.
not pick the costume?
Jamie,
Did
I
I
said to,
not? I said I said, "Did I not?" And I was coaching you on what superhero to go to. You didn't even know who was in the Fantastic Four. You didn't know everybody in the Fantastic Four.
so let me just try to
You know,
recap the
just
conversation.
a little
Jamie,
bit
Jamie,
of just a
you're not
little
gonna
bit.
hold on. We were in your office, and I said to you, "Who's the guy that is from the Fantastic Four that looks like a rock?" I said, "What about him?" So you never suggested that I was him. I
Who
did
who
because
found
I
the
told
costume?
you,
Who found the
okay,
costume?
valid. You found the costume, but I said,
I
"What
and I
about
had
this
to
character?"
and I had to encourage you to wear that costume because I said that's gonna be good.
Okay,
All
all
right, I
right,
mean,
babe.
every little bit counts.
I
Just
appreciate
as
all
a
your
team,
help.
it's either you
Yes.
make it was a team game, but you make it
And
seem like
listen,
you
no,
must
that's
have been
not
playing
true.
golf and I was playing
No, that's not
basketball.
true. That's not true. What I'm saying to you is that you never chose. Ooh, you
I mean,
never
I never
chose.
chose.
You did not choose the thing. I did. You found the costume and made it
Uh,
happen for me. You got the best one because I'm going to tell you, it was an amazing costume. Even the people that were paid as the characters asked to take pictures with me because that's how great I looked. So thanks to you, Jamie, you did get the best costume that was there. So yes,
it was
and
a
that was just.
costume that nobody was going to tell who was in the
No,
costume.
absolutely. Yeah, because we were trying to find something that would cover my face because Spider-Man was already taken.
And then
Right,
you left,
remember?
and then you wouldn't have been Spider-Man because Spider-Man doesn't have breast, so it would have been a giveaway.
We could have flattened them down.
No, nah, nah.
We could have wore sports
Spider-Man
bra.
is shaped like
Amy,
a woman.
Jamie, we could have wore sports bra.
Well, greater heads prevailed. So I'm glad that I was able to be part of the experience, but
Yeah,
that's
I
okay.
had.
And then you left the batteries in the costume.
We did. Well, let's not speak about the costume any further.
Why not?
Because it was okay, I left them in there because it's my costume.
No, those batteries were rechargeable batteries that should have came back, and you set the costume back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yo, does he just give TMI? TMI.
Man, I thought
I
we were
mean,
telling the whole story.
that
I
was
thought we were
information
telling the whole story.
that nobody needed to know.
Okay. All right.
I
My
mean, that's
bad.
why I said it was my costume. You didn't catch on to that. I forgot. You have to be so literal with Jamie because he really does not know
I
how
thought we
to
were being
read. He doesn't know how to read between the
I
lines
thought we
at
were being
all.
honest. That's all.
You
I
no, you
thought we were
just don't know
being
how to read between
honest.
the lines. I can say to my husband, we could sit in somewhere and I'll be like, "Yo, can you believe?" Like I'm whispering to him. He'd be like, "What'd you say? You're saying
Well,
what?"
if I don't
I'm
know what you're
like,
saying, you're
Jamie, it's a
mumbling.
secret between you and I, and
All right.
you
Well,
let everybody know what I'm talking about.
then say it's a
You don't.
secret.
Oh Lord, don't know how to read between the lines. You don't. That's one thing you are definitely famous for: reading the room and reading between the lines.
I'm famous for both. Good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's okay. It's it's
Appreciate that.
it's one of those valued qualities that you have about yourself.
And
Yes.
see, that's, you never know. But one of the interesting things I know about being married, as well as other people know, is that you might get surprised by things. And I'm sure the President of the United States was surprised this week when his wife had a press conference, didn't tell anybody what it was about. Um, I can hear your feedback in my ear, which means I can hear it on here.
Okay. I don't know what you want me to do.
I can hear me talking.
I don't know
And
how when you're in my ears.
how loud is it?
In my ears?
Yeah.
You want me to turn it down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Nope. Can't hear it anymore. That's what it was. It was too loud. Can you
Okay.
hear
Well,
me?
I can't. No. So,
I'll turn it up a little bit.
okay. Tell me how you are now.
Testing one, two, three. No, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, you're good now. Yeah, I can't hear myself. All right. So, surprise, surprise, I'm going to get up and talk about the Epstein files, and I didn't know Jeffrey Epstein. And I think, oh, the victims or alleged victims should come and testify in front of Congress and get it out in the open. Think that probably would have been good for DJT's or whatever his middle name is. Probably would have been
Well,
good if my wife would have told me she was going to get up there and say that. Because I'm trying not to talk about this. Trying.
but you
I'm
just can't
trying
help
not to. I'm
yourself.
trying. I'm
But
trying.
it's a
No, I'm
good
talking about.
topic.
I'm talking about him. I am
Yeah.
him. If I'm Donald Trump, I'm saying
No,
I'm trying
absolutely.
not to talk about this. So it'll be good if you would let my people know you're going to get up in front of the whole world and give a press conference about you didn't know him, AI pictures. Everybody should get the chance in front of congressional hearings, and they're like, "Come on down." They're like, "The price is right. Come on down.
Yeah.
Get everybody." And Donald knew nothing about it, which is interesting.
Yeah, there's some type of strategy behind that, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure it's like I got all these people hoodwinked with all this other stuff going on wars, economy, elections. We were getting further and further away. Epstein stuff was vaporizing out there, and then it comes back big. And they just need to go ahead and, because your girl's chilling. She's down in a minimum security prison with dogs and massages and all kind of stuff going on down there. She's living about as good as life you can in being in prison.
Well, I mean, I'm sure she doesn't wanna be there, and have her life that she used to have on the outside. I mean, but and that's for all we know, she's not even in the prison. She's somewhere else.
Uh, yeah, she's in prison.
Okay. Just like Jeffrey Epstein hung himself.
Well, we know he something happened to him. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened to him. I
He
don't know.
was murdered.
If he's murdered, he may still be alive if that's the case. But then again, they said they saw his autopsy body. The problem was the autopsy body did not match up with somebody who was strangled, at least by a
Mhm.
rope or anything like
Right.
that. It
Mhm.
wasn't that type. Supposedly, it wasn't that type of injury. Speaking of people in
So,
prison, they trying to get P Diddy's trying to get out. P Diddy's trying to get his charges just erased, like
well, maybe he'll
appealed.
talk to
Never
the
happened.
big Donald Trump and maybe he'll
Well, nah, nah,
pardon
nah,
him.
nah. He might as well. He's pardoned some people that he didn't even know.
Right. Well, does he know Diddy?
He does know
Does he kn
Diddy. That may be
he
the
knows Diddy?
downfall.
They've
He
been
he
to
does
freak
know
offs
Diddy.
together? They've
They've
been to
hung out
freak offs?
together. I doubt that they've done freak offs. They both like young girls to a certain
You never
extent.
know. You never
To
know.
a certain extent.
I you know what? I just heard my fan go on, and it just reminded me of our lawnmower, Mo Joe. Um, did we talk about getting that robot lawnmower the last time we were on here?
I didn't.
Yeah, I wanna say that I'm very, very happy with that. I don't know. We're not we don't have to announce the name of it or whatever, but, I mean, I think that it's doing a great job in our yard, leaving nice little lines in the grass, and I think it's
It's called Navi Mo. It's made by Segway. It is the X430, 1.5 acres. It is, but they've had these lawnmowers in Europe for years. They've had
oh,
robotic
okay.
lawnmowers in Europe for years, and they're just becoming more popular in the United States. So
And
took the
and
point.
and and Jamie will sit in the on the back deck and talk about it like it's his son mowing the lawn.
No, it's a nice addition to the family. Saves me time. Saves me time. And the good thing about
I
now
know
they're
it's
to the
cute.
point where you don't have to before it was problematic 'cause you had to like lay wires down around your properties as the border and all this other stuff. So
Mhm.
now it goes off of the 4G network. So it's you just don't have to do anything. It goes by GPS. So you just tell it to go
Yeah, I
around the
think it's
yard.
doing a really good
It
job.
goes on the property line, and then it's good.
When you first got it, I was like, "Ah, I just can't imagine how well it's gonna do," but it's definitely, I think, is doing a really good job. I think that it takes time from you to have to go out there and cut it, and it just allows you to have more time to do what you wanna do. So I do, I think it's a great, product that you have invested in, and I just thought I would talk about it. Still
Well,
waiting on my robot Neo, though.
Neo is coming. We just don't know when.
Yeah.
Neo is coming. Not too much news out about Neo. Just like there's news out about the car that I ordered over 4 years ago. At
Kara?
least they've made one so far. Hopefully,
Just one?
they'll be able to They've made they have to make a validation model. I don't know if it's the right
Mhm.
term for it. That comes off the assembly line. So they have done that. So
Okay.
they've proven that they can make a production model solar only vehicle. Although you can charge it if you want to, electricity wise, with solar vehicles. So who knows when? Because now they got to deliver the first orders, and I think I'm order number 11. I'm in the 1100s, I think.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens with
So,
that.
okay, moving on. I know that I've talked about this so many times, and it just still comes up all the time with the 3 of my children. And I think that when you become an adult, you realize that your relationship with your parents could be totally different from the relationship that your brother, your sister has with your parents. And sometimes for me, it's like I'm constantly like trying to convince um my children of the love that I have for all 3 of them is the same, but my relationships are different. And I think that it gets to be a little bit frustrating and just like, again, grown adults at this time in their life. And sometimes it's just like, you may have one that gets so much out of me at one part of their life, and then the next person that gets so much more, or this person is a little bit needier and needs their parent more. And I know that you and I have had, discussions. You're raised in the same household, but for some reason everybody has a different perspective, right? And the fairness in it is that, I can say for my daughter, her perspective of me could be totally different from the two boys because I was very young when I had her. Not that I wasn't young with them, but when I speak to her about what her perspective of me as a mother to her, I look at her and I'm just like, "Oh, like, wow, like, I love that she was able to see those things and she wants to, implicate that same type of motherhood or the same type of giving and loving, um, affection that I gave to her." And then you have the other, I feel like, and then you have the boys, and the boys may see it a little bit different, but definitely from the middle child, to the youngest child is a big gap, and their differences are, and I don't know if it's still like at this age of being somewhat envious or jealous of your sibling. And I don't want to say jealous or envious because I don't think that that's fair. I think that when a mom does have more than one child and you're trying to raise them all together, that individually, that individual attention that, maybe Stefan used to get before Lance was born was no longer there because he was the baby. And then when Lance came, he became the baby. And then, they grew up and then it was just me and Lance. So me and Lance's relationship is different. But I just think I'm like, I'm sure that women all over the world, deal with the siblings, not fighting for attention or fighting for the love, but I feel like as a parent, how can you say that you love one kid more than the other? Maybe the relationships are different. And going based on the relationship and what, again, in any relationship, I have two of my kids that call me every day. Well, my daughter calls me almost every day, but my middle son is just like, if I don't call him, he's not calling me. And then he's like, nobody calls me. Well, pick up the phone. It goes both ways, like, you could pick up the phone when you want something, pick up the phone and say, "Hey, mom, I'm just checking in on you, making sure you're okay." So, the relationships are different. You give and I give. It's not just always me giving. So, I don't know, I think that for me, it's just very frustrating sometimes as a parent, trying to navigate that, especially with grown adults, to me, it just gets a little frustrating. Um, that's that's what I wanted to say. But also, in that on that note, and I'll keep talking. On that note, Jamie and I were in Greece, in November, and Lance, reached out to me in the end of February or March and said, "I want to get you a ticket for your birthday, and Shatea and Stefan are coming, and it's gonna just be, this is what you I want to give you for your birthday because I know how important it is for all of us to be together." And with all that being said, us being together, I have been in their presence, all 3 of them, maybe for 2 hours at a time in the last, I don't know, maybe 6 years. I have not had a lot of time with them. Where Jamie would say to me, and he has said it on plenty of occasions, that he was not invited. He was not invited to the vacation. Yes, you did. And I think that for me, it hurts me for him to say I wasn't invited. I'm not a part of that. And I'm like, and that's not, it's because I love him and then I love my kids, but I'm with him all the time. So when that time was offered to me to just spend that one-on-one time with my kids and not have to share that time with the other person that I love, um I think that it made me sad that you said that, and like I said, and you said it on more than one occasion, and it's just like, as much as I enjoyed being with all 3 of my kids, I mean, it was like just a great trip. There was no argument, there was no disagreements, we just, had a great time, and here Jamie says, I wasn't invited, and it broke my heart because as much as I love him and I would have loved for him to be there, I personally needed that time alone with all 3 of my children, and
And
it made it Huh?
who said you didn't? Now you're not telling full context of
Okay,
the
what's
comments
what's what's not the
because
full
they
what?
were not said in a melancholy or like, "Oh, woe is me"
Woe is me?
conversation. It was not. It was jokingly I said that
Okay, so when somebody's
I wasn't invited. It was a joke. I knew about it before you did.
I know, but you've said it a
So
few
please,
times.
please,
But
I
you
said it
did say it a few
twice.
times, though.
I said it twice jokingly. So
No, you
don't
s
even try. Don't do that.
babe,
Don't
but
even
you have
try.
said it more than once.
I said it twice and it was jokingly because that was the topic and it was a joke. So you don't even try.
So when you were
Now I'm
telling your
not
sister
gonna
it was a
let
joke too?
I'm like, yes, that's the second time I said it. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad it was a joke and your feelings weren't truly hurt because
Why would
I
my feelings be hurt?
also also wanna say this, is
If I
that
wanted to
the
come, I would have
reason
went.
why I love you.
It's too late now. You
No,
tried to put
it
no,
doesn't. No,
you
it
tried to put that in a way that I did not say it. Not even
okay.
close.
Okay, well, my bad if I took it the wrong way, that was how I
I
received
did
it.
not even
Okay,
care.
but what I'm you didn't care?
No, I didn't care that I
I
wasn't there.
okay. Alright, I'm sorry that
It
I just
wasn't
was under the
it
impression
wasn't
that
it
okay.
wasn't meant
So, what I do wanna say is that, again, the reason why I love you so much and the reason why we work the way that we do is because of the trust that I have for you and the trust that you have for me. I think that, you know, again, I'm going away this weekend. I'm going to, my girlfriend's birthday party,
I wasn't
and
invited.
that's not true. That is not true. I told you you could come.
Oh, here we go. I'm sitting here again joking, and then you
But
want to act like it's serious.
but why are
Perfect.
you
I'm glad
saying
the audience saw that because that's
okay,
exactly.
okay. But when you say it more than once, it makes me feel like it's true.
I wasn't
So if
invited.
you
There you
just
go.
that's
Twice.
not the first time you said that, and then you said
All
to
right.
me that you were gonna come with me, and
Because
I
it's a
said, "Well, I'm gonna stay in
fact.
New Jersey." Hey,
It's a
I'm gonna stay in
fact.
New Jersey a little bit longer than you would like to. So you have to decide whether you're coming or not. And if you want to come, that's fine. But you were like, "Oh, I don't want to
It.
stay that long."
All right, but you proved my point, so we're fine.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just saying again, the reason why I love you, I still am allowed to, some people get into
Allowed.
marriages, not, no, 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 not allowed. Some people get into marriages and relationships, and the other person is very jealous or very insecure. So the other person can't move move around in life without that person on their hip, and that's the part that I love about you, is that it's just like, all right, go ahead, do what you got to do, I'll see you when you get back. And it just makes things so much easier, less stressed, to feel like, I'm not being trusted or anything like that. So I just want to say how much I love you for that. And I love you for um, your outstanding confidence in a man. And I think that it speaks volume because when you have somebody like that in your life that just says, yeah, that's fine, you go ahead, I think it just makes life so much easier without, the insecurities.
Okay.
What? I'm
Okay.
just saying, I love that about you. I just I love how you are. It just makes life for me a lot easier.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it does. I mean, it does. So I wanted to go back because I'm still on this Melania thing and why she did what she
Okay.
did. Because usually people do things like that, come out. I don't want to say she came out the blue, but when you're not telling your significant other, and he's the president of the United States, that you're about to drop a bomb to absolve yourself from everything, that means there
Mhm.
must be something coming.
Yeah.
There must be something coming.
Well, what do you think it is?
S- People know. People know she was involved. People intimately know she was involved, and they're gonna drop. They're gonna drop the bomb. So, and then it's gonna be the little people against, the machine. But look, this'll this'll come out one way or the other that she was more involved. I mean, heck, she met the guy just like she was young, she was a model. She met Donald Trump. She met through friends that connect them with
Mhm.
Epstein. There are people still from back then that are like, "What are you talking about? You were like all about it." Not necessarily all
Mhm.
about the Epstein, what was going on corruption wise, but about that life, and you knew him, and you hung out. So I think that's coming, and that's the only reason. I mean, there's no reason to say anything because there was nothing that anybody knew that was on horizon. So you had to be like, okay, I need to come out with my first, so it doesn't look like I'm responding. It just looks like I'm like, hey, I don't have anything to do with this. I don't know why this is happening. And if anything comes out, it's fake. Nobody was thinking about you, Melania.
Right.
Nobody was. No,
Nobody
nobody.
was even thinking about her when
No,
she had her own movie.
nobody was thinking about her as far as the Epstein. They were like, okay, she was. I mean, she was associated, but I don't think anybody was like, yeah, we need to go through the files to find Melania. Now it's like, oh, why'd you say that? Why'd you come out with that?
Yeah.
You know,
Uh, I yeah, I'm just
it's
like you
just if
said, I think you were having this conversation with your sister yesterday. There's something behind it.
there's something about it, and usually, just like anything else, it's like if you don't say anything, you can't implicate yourself, or they can't start to investigate. Well, why are you saying anything? It's no different. I mean, most of the murders wouldn't get solved today if people didn't talk. But people can't. They can't just keep quiet.
They can't help themselves. Yeah.
Or they don't know what they don't know, so they're trying to protect themselves. So that just smells to me of trying to protect yourself against something that is coming, and you're trying to beat it beat it to the punch.
Mhm.
I don't know, obviously, but it was just weird, very weird. Amongst all the other things that are very weird, including the war that keeps on going back and forth between the ceasefire and no ceasefire in the Strait of
Yeah.
Hormuz, if I'm saying that right, which I'm probably not. And now gas prices are up ridiculously high. But again, I'll go back and say that everybody gets all upset about gas prices. You're paying $4 a
Say it
gallon,
again.
but you're paying how much is a Snickers? How much is a Snickers? How much is a bag of potato chips? That's what I want to know. I want to be accurate I want to be accurate when I say this, is that how much is a bag of potato chips? A bag of potato chips costs. Bag of potato chips, mm, a 8-ounce bag of potato chips costs $4.
Okay.
How many gallons? How many ounces are in a gallon?
Mm. I think we already talked about this, but
Mhm.
well, you and I did.
There are 128 ounces in a gallon. All right. And if you
128 ounces in a
that's
gallon.
16. So that's 16 times 4. So you're complaining about $4 a gallon of gas, but you're paying $64 a gallon for potato chips.
Yeeks!
64. If you
They
think
said
about it like
I like the chips, I just don't like the gas.
I mean, if someone's going, oh, but Jamie, no, but think about it. You
It's
go
true.
out there, you're gonna eat those chips
Yeah.
while you're complaining at the gas station about the gas, but you're paying $64 for a gallon of chips.
And the chips, not for nothing, aren't so great for you. The gas is good to get you and where you need to go. So the spend
But
is
I
worth
I
it.
I get it. People have this, and it's true. You have this innate feeling of righteousness to travel, to be free. Gas
Mhm.
allows you to go and be free, although it's really not because you can't go and be free if you can't afford it. Then people get pissed off because they can't afford it. And it's the economy. But if those potato chips go up 25 cents,
They're
which
still gonna buy 'em. They're not gonna
w-
complain.
which would be another
They're
what,
probably not even gonna pay
$2.
attention.
They're
Yeah.
not gonna pay attention for per gallon. But it's just interesting. Somebody told me that about a couple years ago and always stuck with me. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's like perspective and where
Mhm.
our values are, where our attention is. It's like, yeah, but you're paying $60 for that gallon of potato chips. And they go, oh, I'm not buying a gallon of potato chips. Well, you eventually will. You may not buy them all at the same time,
Right,
but
right,
you
right, right.
eventually will buy that.
Yeah,
Right? I bet you
yeah.
pay more for a scoop of ice cream.
Probably so.
So
That
it's just
reminds me, I could go for some ice cream. It's
perspective.
about that time.
It's perspective. Yeah, ice
I haven't
cream's
had
not.
ice
I'm
cream
not.
since
I
last
could.
year.
I could. I could
I
take
know,
it
but
or
I'd
leave
like
it.
to have it. When I go to Jersey, I'm gonna take my granddaughter to get some ice cream.
Okay. Well.
Yes. So, did you know that bees now are officially considered the most important living species, playing a critical role in sustaining human life?
And where did we get that from?
You can
Not
Google
that
it
I'm
if you like.
doubting. I'm not doubting that.
I got it from
You got it from where?
Google.
You got it from Google?
Google.
So bees are the most important.
Now officially considered the most important living species, playing a critical role in sustaining human life.
Okay. All right. All right.
Can't find it?
No, it's not that I can't find it. It's just okay. I hate
Oh,
bees.
yeah. I know you do, but without them, we need them. We need them to sustain human life for our ecosystem, right? Is that what it is? Right. So, yeah.
Okay.
So,
I'll still
I
kill them if I. Yeah, I'll still kill them if I
oh,
have to.
Jamie, I know you can't stand any type of bug. You are, he
I
freaks
don't
out.
like insects.
Yeah, I know. So, you know, in life, I think that I'm a good person, right? I think that, I try to make people happy. And, today I was doing something and I said, why is it I feel like I always have to be busy? Why? I dug real deep and I said, because when you're sitting around doing well, maybe when I was younger, sitting around not doing something, I was called lazy. I don't know. Stop being lazy, do something. So I feel like now, like in my life, it's just like for me to sit down, it's really, really like hard for me. And I think that I just realized that today, why I'm constantly just thinking I have to do something. And it's something that I'm going to try to control moving forward because I know I'm not lazy. I know I'm always tired, um, but I don't think I'm lazy. But um, that being said, I feel like I'm a good person, and I want to go back into my last tenant that I had running my salon. I know that it was a complete shit show with that lady. I mean, I
Okay.
don't know if this lady was batshit crazy. I don't know, but I mean, if I told you that I was just very kind with her and allowed her to take the month of December to get acclimated and get all of her inspections done, and I told her she could start paying me January 1, and she had the nerve to tell me that I was greedy and all I wanted was money. And I'm like, I just don't understand what type of people are we dealing with because if I am not mistaken, when you are renting, whether you're in business, what you're there to make money. You're not there to just give it away and say, here, you can have it, And I feel like people, when they say, and not for nothing, but this has happened at the clinic too. Somebody needs to pay $65 for their consultation to see the doctor after the year prescription. And they don't wanna pay the $65 and they're saying that, "Oh, all you are is you're greedy and you're this and you're that," and I'm like, I mean, come on, people. How is that being greedy when this is a business? If I did this for everybody, I'd have to close the doors.
Number one, two things.
Yes.
First, I would say, why do you care? That's
Why do I
first.
care about what?
So I would just say, why do you care what they say?
I don't care.
And the second thing is, I mean, it's different a little bit right now. People are going through tough times, the economy, and it's not a reflection, I think, on how people actually feel about what it is. I think it's feel about where they are, um, and not knowing how to communicate that. And then people lash out because they can't lash out at their mortgage company They can't lash out at the grocery store. Um, they lash out at the things that they think that they can lash out about. So that's why I wouldn't even I'm not you, of course, so I'm not saying that, but it wouldn't even bother me if that was said because you have to understand the environment. But at the same time, it is what it is. You're going to pay this if this is the service that you want, and you've had the service before, so it is what it is. But I would care. I wouldn't have somebody thinking have me thinking that I'm not a nice person or a good person because I'm asking you to fulfill your contractual agreement. And both of those are contractual agreements. So
Anyway,
that's what you when you have customers, that's what you deal with. You try to appease as much as you can, but at the same time, just like anything else, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. So what are we doing here, right? And yes, she was cuckoo for Coco. Yeah, that person that was renting that space. She was definitely cuckoo for Coco. And that's why you get security deposits, what you got.
I did get a security
I
deposit.
said that's why you got security deposits. That's why
Yeah.
you get them because for those people and those people that
Yeah,
aren't, they get the security deposit back at the end of the month.
yeah. Yeah, that was something I never wanna deal with again. Absolutely
Well,
not.
that is the life of being a landlord at times, right?
Mhm. Yep.
So they say that there are couples who are supposedly emotionally secure. I don't know who they interviewed or whatever they're doing. Couples who are emotionally secure regularly talk about 8 things, says Harvard trained psychologist. 8 things that emotionally secure couples talk about. Number 1, anything special today? Suppose like, hey, how is your day looking? Is there anything out of the ordinary happening today? Okay. All right. Second, how can I show my appreciation for you? What would make you feel supported today? How can I make you feel especially appreciated right now? I don't know about that one. I just don't know about that one. To me,
Don't know about that
it's
one.
too contrived. I mean, if I have to explicitly spell out to you, how can I support your feelings today? It's like this ain't a you're not laying on a couch. This is life. Like we're just talking. I mean, it would be more natural to say, "How can I help?" To me, but I get it. This is what they're saying. All right, number 3. Do you want my opinion or do you want me to listen?
Mm.
Do you want my opinion? Do you want me to? Can I offer some feedback or do you want to just vent right now? Or I hear you and I care. I have some observations if you'd like to hear. See, that's basically
That's
saying, okay, you could easily say, okay, I heard you. You want to hear what I have to say?
like you
that's the
do?
same. That's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What did you think about this? Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get that. Right. All right.
yeah.
Next. How can I help? See, I was already there before I ever got there. And that's the same to me. How can I help and can I be supported? Yeah, it's the same to me.
Yeah.
Is there anything I could do to make today easier? Why don't I take care of things for a bit so you can take a break? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
In other words, you're doing too much. That might be you're doing
Word that it is.
you're doing too
Remember I
much.
sent it to you? Yeah.
You're doing too much. You're doing the most. Okay.
You doing
Well,
yeah.
slow down. Let's slow down. Let me help you out. All right, next one. Can we make some time to talk? I want to make sure we have time to connect this week when it works for you. Well, if you got to say that, you ain't living together.
All right.
Can we carve out some time on Friday to talk? Okay.
To talk? Do
Yeah,
these
that
people, like,
they said
cohabitate
couples. They
together?
said
Like,
couples.
what?
Number 6. How do you think we're doing lately? Is there anything that feels hard for us right now? What feels especially good between us right now? There's a lot I could say about those 2 sentences, but this is a family show, so I'm not even gonna touch those. So,
This is a family show?
is there anything that feels hard for us right now? And what feels especially good between us right now. I'll leave that. I'll let that land as it may. All right.
Okay.
Number 7, what would be fun for us to do together? That's a good follow-up to the other questions. What would be
Mhm.
fun for us to do together? What haven't we done in a while that would be fun to bring back? Is there a movie, show, or concert you wanna see? Okay. Hmm.
Jamie said, "Okay, we're gonna skip this."
And number 8, what larger themes are you working through? Why would I ask that question?
What
Okay, let me
larger
see how they
what?
break what larger themes are you working through? What's been on your mind a lot lately? Okay, that's a better way to ask that. And
Mhm.
how do you feel like you've changed over the past year? Wow.
'Cause you gonna tell me.
Well, you would assume that your partner would be paying attention.
Right.
So both of those questions could be asked, but you don't want to assume. You don't want to assume. Uh, it says in long-term relationships, we're very likely to see our partner go through many phases of life, characterized by growth in different areas. Directly asking your partner what they are grappling with and moving through, or themes they're working through internally, helps keep you close to your mate as they change over time. I liked everything until they got the themes. Themes is like psychology talk. It's like
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not thinking in themes. No.
So, let's
That's it.
talk about
Oh, you're
the up
using the words. That's good. You're using the clues already. You're using the emotional secure talk already. That was pretty good.
okay. Let's talk about our debate. Not even debate, but our point of view, that is different. So, we are invited to a wedding. It will be my nephew's wedding. My twin sister's son is getting married in June, and conversations that have been had is, they don't get a gift because we're spent so much money to travel and to go and see them get married. And I'm talking to my sister and sharing with her, what my husband's feelings are, and she's sharing to me about what her husband's feelings are, and her and I are kinda on the same page. It's her son, it's my nephew. This kid, is I love him like he's my son. Like, I want nothing but for him to be happy and to be healthy and, be successful in life with his marriage and his new wife. Um, so I'm just curious about what other people think. Getting invited to a destination wedding, spending a pretty penny, but do you still buy something on the
No.
registry? Do you send
No. No.
gifts?
No.
I know you said no, but I mean, I
You know
think
why I
that
say no?
if you
You know
had
why
nephews or nieces,
you
I
know
think
why
that
I
you
say
may feel
no?
different.
No, I wouldn't, because 'cause I've been to
You
weddings
can't say
before.
that. Well, but you don't have nieces or nephews. It's a little different one. If I so if
Look,
your sister had
here's
a destination birthday party, and you went to her destination birthday party, would you give her a gift? Your sister, you would not give a gift to.
where's the destination?
I don't know.
I had a destination birthday party. I didn't
Okay.
expect people to get me gifts.
Did
And I
anybody give you a
told
gift?
no, and I told people do not get me gifts because
Okay, because you said that though, right?
the gift is you coming.
Okay. I mean, I think that there is a lot of validation. Or no, not validation. I think what you're saying is valid. So validation. I think what you're saying is valid. I do think that, some people are just gonna wanna come to the event and this is my gift. I came here to support you, to watch, you guys say your vows and to be here as, somebody who is a witness in this, celebration. And that's fine. But for me as his aunt,
Okay.
I I think it's important that I give him a
Do
gift.
I mean, that's your
I
prerogative.
I'm at I
Do
honey,
you?
I'm talking to the public. I'm asking what they would think.
Well, they
Would you
can't
go
answer back on a
well, they can when
podcast.
they go online. I mean, we have
All
people
right.
talk
No.
about nanopause all the time, so
No. I would
What?
say
No, okay, well, I would say
you're asking me to be there, me being there, spending my money to go someplace I wasn't planning on going. There's not a place that I would choose to pick to go.
absolutely,
Yes, I would be like,
absolutely.
Your coming is
Yes.
the gift of, because you're supposed to enjoy." And see, it's kind of like if you really think about gifts and wedding, you you get married, you spend a lot of money on the wedding, and you're basically feeding 100 people, however many people you feed.
Yeah.
All you want to do is break even. They get you something off the registry, and you're breaking even. So it's kind
Mhm.
of like a fair trade, right? When you do a destination wedding, it ain't a fair trade
Yeah.
because I'm spending much more money
Yeah.
than I would on a wedding gift, and
If
I'm
right.
spending money to go someplace, and I'm gonna have a good time, but it's not like they said, "Hey, we're having a wedding. Where do you want us to have it?"
Yeah, I get it.
You're going where they set it up. And it's like, "Okay, I'm coming, but don't give me a registry." You can. I'm not gonna get anything off of it. And they have one, which I'm not
They
against.
do.
I'm not against.
No, I know. I
But
like I
here's
said,
the
I
other thing. It's
yes.
an adult only property, which means if
Okay.
you have kids, you're asking them to spend even more money because they got to stay at another property. And then to get on this property, you got to pay to get in.
Or not bring their kids.
Or not bring their kids and spend money on a babysitter if they don't have family to take care of the kid.
Mhm. This is true.
So I just think that those are the types of things that have to be considered when people are showing their gratitude and wanting to spend time and celebrate your great day, that you're not
Mhm.
continuing to. And I think if you want to, you do what you want, even if somebody doesn't. You say, "Hey, don't give me a gift," and people are going to give you a gift,
Yeah, and,
whatever.
so I definitely think it's this type of, "Okay, here it is. Here's a registry for anybody that would like to give a little extra as a gift. If you cannot, we totally respect it and understand. But if for the people that want to give a gift, here is what you can you can give." The crazy part is I was like, I looked at her registry and listen, if she ever sees this, it's not anything like against you at all. It's just that it's a wedding registry and it's everything for a dog. And I said, well, whose is it? I thought it was a little strange because it was like everything on there was like pertaining to her dog. Now, mind you, they don't have any children yet, but her dog is like her baby, and she's a very, very
That would be a hard no.
yeah. I'm like I'm not buying anything for your dog. I mean, now I did
That'd
donate
be
a
a
hundred
hard
dollars
no.
to them. I did. They had a GoFundMe because the dog had to get like a $10,000 surgery,
What?
and and I literally gave a hundred
What?
dollars to
I'm
my
glad you didn't
nephew.
tell me that. I'm glad you
Well,
didn't
this
tell
is a
me that.
while ago.
What?
This is a while ago, yeah,
What?
and
That
but you
means
know
you
what?
don't. I'm sorry. Look, I've made that decision before.
Yes, I know
I've
you
made
told
that
me.
this. I was like, I'm not paying more for surgery than it cost me to get the dog, and I've paid a lot of money for dogs before.
Yes, uh-huh.
But I remember they told me my
She
bulldog
even sh
needed
she
heart
even has
surgery, a murmur. We could do a transplant. There's only two places that can do it. University of Penn and this other hospital. And I was like, well, I mean, it sounds great, right? My dog was only like 6 months old. And I'm like, yeah,
mhm.
okay. Yeah, how much is it? 10 grand. Oh, okay, but yeah, okay, but okay, what's the expected? I mean, what's the expected
Lifespan
lifespan?
lifespan, mhm.
They said maybe 18 months. I said goodbye. And let's go ahead and say our last rites for my poor little puppy because for a year and a half. Now, if they would have said five, or if they would have said five, in my head, I was thinking, I'll pay 10 grand for 5 years. For
Really?
18 months, I was like, nah, I could just go
Yeah,
get
that's a
another dog.
lot.
I can get a couple dogs.
So she's having a special drink made at the venue in the name of her dog.
Now,
I'm like,
why are you talking
she's
about the girl?
I'm not no, I think it's so f no, that's what I'm saying to you. She is such a like, her dog, You know how people are with their dogs.
A dog lover.
She is a dog lover. I mean, and my nephew is too,
Well,
okay?
no, there are dog lovers, and then there are lovers of their dog, and those are 2 different things.
Okay. No, I think
Because
that they
lovers
because
of
I know
their
my
dog
nephew.
lovers of their dog are like they love their dog more than
People.
usually is normal. Well, it's just like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
normally
yeah.
you're showing a certain affinity that may be construed to be strange.
It's a lot.
Um,
But
and I mean,
I
if
just
it's
wanna tell you,
if it's fun,
Christopher,
you want to do
I'm
that with
not
your
getting the
dog.
dog a gift for your wedding registry.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
Is it? And the funny thing is, the dog gonna be allowed there, but your kids can't come.
I don't think that she's bringing the dog. I don't think she's you know what? I don't know. It might be walking down the aisle spitting out flowers. I don't know.
There you go. There you
And
go.
if that's what she
Do
wants,
we know
that's
what the
what
dog's name is? Do you know
I
what the
wanna
dog's
say
name is?
Bella? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's a lie. I don't know
Okay.
what the dog's
All
name is.
right. All right. I
I don't
mean,
know,
look,
but
that dog's in a great place then. And my sister loves her
I know.
dogs,
Yes, I
loves her
know.
dogs. But
Mhm.
yeah, 10 grand on a go for. I mean, did she make her goal?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I think when I donated, they were, like, at 3,000 or something. So maybe they did, I don't know. Um, but yeah, I just I mean, I like animals. I mean, I'm not, I definitely would never wanna hurt an animal or be harmful to an animal. I just don't wanna have to take care of anything. So, that's why we don't have an animal.
As you say, a little bit
Maybe
busy
once we
for.
get,
Yeah.
Neo, maybe Neo can take the dog for a walk or
Neo's
pick up
not
the
no,
dog.
Neo's not for outdoors. Leo
Okay.
doesn't like to get wet. Neo can go outdoors, but Neo needs to stay dry. Okay, so
Put a raincoat on him.
let's not short out Neo before we get Neo.
Well, then maybe
Ladies and
Neo should
gentlemen,
just
this
stay
is
where
what I
he's at.
need. This is what I need to be concerned about because some people don't read directions, they don't read instructions, they don't follow any. And the next thing we know, we
And you
got
know what?
a robot that's
You're
laying in the
trying
middle of the
to
floor. We
imply
got a
I
robot
don't.
that's laying in the middle
You're
of the
trying
floor.
to imply
We
that
got a
I don't
robot
read
that's laying in
directions
the middle
or
of the
instructions, and I
floor.
don't. I
We
don't read
have a
them.
robot that will be laying in the middle of the floor in our room. And I'll come home and be like, and you'll be like,
I
I
don't
didn't do
read
anything.
instructions.
So,
I'll put it together just with a visual.
well, I mean, look, if we
Maybe
get
missing
Neo,
a
and
nut and a screw somewhere.
hey, if we get Neo, when Neo comes, at least we'll have one person in the house other than me that listens. So that's good. That's very good.
Yeah, that is good.
Then
I'm
I could
so
tell
happy
Neo
for
what to
you.
do. I could tell Neo what to
Like you
do all
tell me
day.
what to do. Getting on that subject, Jamie had the nerve to tell me the other day that I try to influence his decisions.
Well, you're a couple. That's what couples do.
I know, but you're saying that I'm doing it intentionally, and I'm like, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm
that's
just
what couples do.
I
You
just
try to
don't think I
influence your
do it.
partner to do something. It's not a bad thing. It's like if you feel a certain way, you're going to do your best to try to get your partner to do what you feel is best or would like to do. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, the way that you
It's
said
not
it, it wasn't.
derogatory.
It was like as if
Oh,
I was
here.
trying to.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
It
here
had
we
nothing to
go.
do with that. It had nothing to do with
Oh,
that.
here we go. Yeah,
What?
you know what? I want you to remember to be kind.
Hmm.
Remember to be
No.
kind, Jamie, to Monique.
So we will. And that's a great place to end. Kindness.
Yes,
Let's end on that. All right, folks. It
that's
was
it.
good getting back together. We'll be back on here regularly. So we will talk to you next week. I'm Jamie Jones,
I'm Monique Jones.
and this is Cock Riser, the show. See ya.